I feel rejuvenated. I feel like a new person. I am able to smile. I almost trained myself not to smile showing my teeth. Now all of a sudden I have to retrain myself to show my teeth when I smile. And I'm very happy to be able to do that. My wife says I look much better. People tell me that I look much better. In fact, I've been told, those who know the procedure that I've had have told me how perfectly natural my teeth look. And I can do nothing but attest to that. So I feel like I have the teeth of a 25-year-old. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like I've got new life. And I'm very happy that I made this move. I would do it again in a heartbeat. If I had tooth problems, I had extractions, I had weak teeth, I had to have gingivectomy as a man in my 20s, and I had some bone loss and I had problems. As it turned out, about the late 40s, I began to wear dentures, partial dentures. And I always had trouble with the mechanics of wearing dentures. That is, having to remove them at night, having to put them in some kind of fluid, and buying Polydent. I mean, come on, who buys Polydent, People who are 90 buy Polydent. And I had to reline them every few years, and about every third or fourth year I had to get a new set, and they were relatively expensive. Occasionally had problems eating where I might bite into an apple or eat caramel or something like that, and I would have, for lack of better terms, accidents. Things would stick and it'd be awkward, and I would have to walk out of the room and fix the problem. Don't kid yourself and compare this procedure to having new dentures. New dentures are nothing close to what you get here. This is a rebirth. This is new life. This is having essentially a brand new, full, complete set of your own teeth, not removable. And you'll be able to eat anything. I mean, you want to eat nuts, you want to eat apples, corn on the cob, not a problem. So when you make a decision about expense, you need to consider the big picture, which is, what is my long-term benefit? What is my return on the investment I'm making? How does that compare for the next 20 or 30 years and what I would spend? That's really the decision you have to make. You have already been examined at that point. X-rays have been taken, and there's a decision made as to what exactly will be done. So you show up. In my case, it was early in the morning, like around 7:30, but it could be even earlier than that, and it could be later than that. The process takes something in the neighborhood of 5 hours. When you walk out, there is no blood, there is no pain, there's nothing. I got a little bit of bruising. It wasn't anything extreme, but it went away in a matter of a couple of days. So you walk out with a full mouth of teeth. This is important. You walk in the morning with your old teeth, you walk out in the afternoon with your new teeth. It's that simple. There is no pain, there is no blood, and you will not have great deal of discomfort at all. In fact, some people don't have discomfort whatsoever. I was prescribed painkillers. I never took one. I never took as much as an Advil for this entire process. So I want you all to understand that this is painless and bloodless. Do not fear the physical parts of it. So after the procedure, you go home with a full mouth of permanent teeth, and probably for the first week you are asked to eat only soft foods, something as soft as applesauce, perhaps ice cream, things of that type. They will visit with you at the end of the first week and make sure that your progress is better, is as expected or better. And the second week you may be able to move on to a little more hard food, food you can break with a fork, like, for example, canned peaches or maybe even hamburger. And that's the kind of progress you make. Then they will follow up with you pretty much on a monthly basis until it's time for you to have your permanent teeth. But in the meantime, there will be several visits where impressions will be taken and the permanent appliance will be built. The people at Eon Clinics, whether it's the physicians or the technology people or the nurses or even the administrators, everyone is entirely accessible to you. I know Dr. Karras, for example, who did my surgery. A few times I wrote him an email actually asking questions, just things I needed to know, and literally within 2 to 3 hours, Dr. Karras answered my email. Now, I don't know, I only have one other doctor of all the various doctors that are in our family. There's only one other who actually even shared his email address with me. And Dr. Karras not only gave me his email address, but he responded to it in a matter of a couple of hours. These people entirely are accessible and available to you. After this procedure, the Eon Clinic physicians and nurses, all of whom are just outstanding, by the way, stay with you. They watch and observe and monitor the progress that you're making. These doctors are perfectionists. You need to understand that they're not just professional, they are perfectionists. So the bite has to be perfect. The look has to be perfect. The color has to be perfect. The match has to be perfect. The way they made me pronounce certain words to make sure that there was no speech problems associated with the new teeth. So as the technician, the person who actually makes the appliance, was talking to me, she asked me to pronounce the number 66, which I did. In the beginning, it didn't sound just quite right. So I practiced the word 66 when I got my new teeth 5 or 6 times. I can say 66 flawlessly. I can say flawlessly.